So the internet has been seeing a rise in hate due to a lot of reasons I covered in this video right here, but I never mentioned one very big, dirty, disgusting thing. And no, I'm not talking about RantingForVengeance's mop top. I'm talking about internet grifters. Now, if you just scratched your head and asked, what the hell are internet grifters? Then 1, congratulations on not being terminally online. And 2, I'm here to ruin your day by telling you. You're welcome. So grifters are essentially people who dishonestly trick people in order to get money. It's kind of like getting catfished, but instead of the woman being with an apparatus 2 times the size of yours, if you get my drift, in this case, it's only half the size, and they're constantly trying to rage bait and farm for outrage in order to pay the bills, instead of hoping that you're lobotomized enough before the date so you don't realize that they look like Brock Lesnar's daughter and pay for a 3-course meal. Wow, that was very vivid. Anyway, there are multiple types of grifters, but today I'm going to be touching on media grifters and how they weaponize, usually political views, to gain money or other benefits. But before we get into that, I just want to quickly thank you guys on the support on the previous video. Like, genuinely, besides the comments of literal guys trying to tell me that, white, straight, male Christians are the ones who have received the most hate over the decades. Very strange. But anyway, it's amazing and you guys were really chill in the comments, but as I said before, we're not done here. We're only like 24-ish subscribers away from 100 subscribers, so if you want to join the community and grab your here before 100 club status, then make sure to subscribe. And also make sure to like the video because it really helps with the algorithm. Okay, enough brown nosing, because I'm not free and you gotta pay for those services. Back into the video. So on YouTube, there are a ton of grifters who pose as media reviewers, but in reality, they're just losers who have found an infinite money glitch by tossing bones to other losers by feeding them the same video again and again, trying to convince them that a particular media is bad because of things that are beyond the actual media itself, mainly being politics. And the person who spearheads this in the movie space is TheCriticalDrinker. Once again, if you haven't heard of him yet, well, sorry to break it to you, but this is the channel where mental health goes to die. But in brief, he's a guy who fakes a slurred accent as a grown man with 2 children on YouTube, whilst pissing his pants at the very notion of a woman being anything but a side character for the presumed gooner audience to swoon over. And this is my problem with him as a creator. Instead of focusing on actually giving critical feedback and analysis on the media he is reviewing, he always finds a way to heavily embed this notion that there is a message in your media. What that message is, who fucking knows? It might as well be Voldemort. That wish shall not be named. But if you pay attention, it's always referenced whenever there isn't a big, hot, steamy white guy on screen with the same emotions of an Easter Island stone. Very sus if you ask me. Maybe he's trying to send us a message.
I'm gonna come out of the closet.
Who's gonna tell his wife and kids, am I right? Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, so an example of this is in the video Disney's self-inflicted boy trouble. Now, as everyone knows, Disney's been going through a rough spot with all the Marvel movies lately. A lot of them have been rushed and just outright bad, but the main problem as to why they aren't successful is because of their streaming website Disney Plus and people's lowered interest in watching movies in cinemas. The issue of having to do homework to be caught up with a series, as well as the increase in prices of cinemas, is just enough of a reason for many people to not be as invested and only go to what they have full hope in being good. TheCriticalDrinker, on the other hand, believes Marvel's failure to succeed, namely in the 3 movies that came out this year, Captain America and the other 2 which I did watch, Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, are as a result of Disney alienating the male market.
Instead of becoming more accessible to women, these franchises instead became increasingly hostile towards men.
Now, the 3 movies that failed commercially consist of a black male lead, a team-up movie of B and C-listers, and a family/group movie. So this begs the question, how exactly are the 3 prior movies failures as a result of Marvel alienating men when they still have a prominent and arguably dominant position in the MCU? In fact, I'll use myself as an example. I actually only watched Fantastic Four in cinema. Thunderbolts, I used an most definitely legal website to watch it. And both were good movies. Like, literally check the reviews online. Those who watched it thought it was good. The Rotten Tomato scores were good. Oh wait, shit. Let me not mention Rotten Tomato scores because Drinker only likes using them whenever they back him. In every other instance, it's full of shills and idiots or something. But that's the very point. Drinker focuses on the wrong things. Maybe it's because he's drunk. Wait a second, that boy in the profile picture has a cap on. He's not even a critical drinker, he's just critical. He's a fraud. But you actually need to go into his reviews individually to understand why he dislikes them, even if they're good, which his fans haven't been too kind about him in the comments. For instance, in his Thunderbolts review, he makes a bunch of weird political talking points, like bashing on feminism not even a minute in.
The movie begins with discount Black Widow who's feeling sad and worthless because there's not much going on in her life outside of her work. And if that's not a neat encapsulation of modern feminism, frankly, I don't know what is.
Or John Walker being belittled by strong female characters.
John Walker exists for no other reason than to be wrong about everything and constantly mocked and belittled by the strong female characters around him. You know, like basically every other Marvel movie since Endgame.
Like, what is even going on? And this is the bombshell. Critical Drinker couldn't give a crap about movies. Hell, he doesn't care so much about them that he can't even make good ones himself. Critical Drinker uses his YouTube channel as a proxy for weird political discussions and farming outrage via ideals that are typically held by the internet's right wing. And the same can be said for all the guys on other platforms who always complain about movies or games even before they're out, and things that aren't true or aren't the reasons why something shouldn't be good or won't be good. Other times though, I can't tell if they're just like gooners. Like, I remember being in this online argument a few years back about not caring that the Mortal Kombat 1 characters aren't dressed like literal strippers as they're fighting each other to the death. And I know it's a bit panderish for NetherRealm to be caring about the physical representation of women as they're literally having their arms removed like Lego figures. But at the same time, I feel like it's such an asinine thing to care about, because dude, if you really want to beat your meat, there's better websites out there for that. But anyway, I'm rambling. And since I'm not funny enough or smart enough to think of a segue into the next guy I'm about to mention, let's just talk about him immediately. RantingForVengeance. Now, RantingForVengeance. Where do I even begin? His hair, which despite being long and greasy, also looks boneless at the same time. No wait, the dark setup he's always in, which develops off that and emphasizes the fact that he looks like a troll as well as being one. How about the dumb fucking vest he wears that pairs with what I literally just said that makes it look like he's in a crappy band that never took off? No? Anyway, RantingForVengeance is just a clown. Like, there's literally no other way to put it. He's like the edgy kid from school back in the day, but just imagine they never grew up and also never showered still. He's essentially just the Critical Drinker if he finally removed his mask and just admitted who he was deep down. For example, his video on The Batman Part 2, which is fittingly 2 years away. You know what, never mind, let's be honest, that movie's never coming out. In the video, he just constantly brushes past all the awards it's won and how it and its spin-off The Penguin are critically acclaimed, just to name call and refer to everything as gay, retarded, or woke.
Yeah, this comic continues to be absolute retardation, listening to woke slop and retarded, gay and handicapped, retarded pictures, woke character.
Might I quickly add, the word woke has completely lost its meaning because guys like this probably have no clue what it actually means, but just use it as a buzzword for instances such as this. Like, if you actually ask him what the word actually means, he'll scratch his head in confusion and nips will fall out. What's even more confusing is the fact that the movie, which already came out and tackles all the things he says the second one will fail for, succeeded. And you wanna know the worst thing? He thinks the people that like the Penguin are grifters. At this point, it's the pot calling the kettle black, or the washed up band accusing Nirvana of being unoriginal. Like, seriously dude, give them their style back. But the thing is, he actually hasn't even watched the Penguin, so the video as a whole just comes off as tone deaf and pointless. And this is the problem with Media Grifters. If you don't truly care enough about the thing it is you're supposedly reviewing or commenting on, then what else is the reason for making the videos? Do you see where I'm getting at now? For these guys, the media is the middleman. Their end goal is clout or money. This is why RantingForVengeance and The Critical Drinker have been making the same videos again and again. And by that I'm talking about substance of video, as they always consist of the same nothing complaints. It's because it's lucrative, and there's someone out there who will be tricked into thinking that a movie is bad because there isn't a male lead, or because of a race swap that has literally no impact on the story. But that's just what I think. Tell me your thoughts in the comments whether you agree or disagree. I'm gonna try and respond to as many comments as possible. And do make sure to like and subscribe if you're interested in future videos, as I do have a lot of interesting topics I want to talk about in the future. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.